What's up, world? This is Dontay with Y.B.Normal. Topic of discussion today is environment. Oftentimes as an adult and as a kid, we never learn or actually try and learn, the in and outs of our state of mind and our situation that we're in. For me, it started when I was a young kid and I was about 6 years old, and I wanted to go to an inner city school at the time, just because that's where all my friends went. All my friends went to school. But my mom insisted that I go to a magnet school, CSLA, Chinese School for the Liberal Arts. And it's literally probably 15 miles from where I lived. And I had to take a bus every day to school. It was predominantly white, and I would literally lash out every day and come to school mad, just for the simple fact that I wasn't with my friends and it was something different to me. And it took me all the way up to about 7th and 8th grade till I finally realized, you have to make the best of your environment. Yeah, it's not with my friends. Yeah, they don't look like me, but at the same time, you learn the social skills, you learn new behaviors, you learn a new language. I started taking French and Spanish, and you're going on different trips, going to DC, you're doing a lot of things that you wouldn't normally do if I went to an inner city school. So for me, that was a big step for me in maturing as a young man. And it went on to high school and as well in college. I just had to get involved and learn the in and outs of that in that environment. As a walk-on, for a major Division I university, you're not looked the same. You have to work twice as hard to even get a shot to step on the floor. So I learned the ins and outs. I learned the amount of hours you needed to put in just to get looked at by a coach. You learn the schemes, you learn the plays, you learn the defensive plays, and you learn every single thing about that environment until you master it. It's just like people who always want to raise or always say, well, I should be the manager. How can you be a manager and you don't even know your environment? You don't even know what it takes to run a company. A lot of people, some people have warehouse jobs and things of that nature. You start there, but the thing is, let's say you learn the assembly line. Then you learn how to manage the assembly line. Then you learn the raw materials or the logistics that come into that warehouse. Okay, now you learn a lot of ins and outs. So you're able to ask for that raise. You're able to be a manager. If you're a point guard of a team and you're not starting, how about you learn the plays and learn that environment so you can master and start? You have kids who go to these schools and don't even know the tradition of their environment. Like, how do you go to a historic inner city school like a Brainerd Howard? You don't even know what it took for Brainerd High School to stand right now. You don't know what obstacles they had to overcome for that school to still be there. Howard, for example, nobody knows. You ask kids at Howard High School, what is that? They have no clue. They have no clue on that tradition. For me, when I went to Chinese School for Arts and Sciences, I knew the environment of the school. It's a magnet school. It's very diverse. One of the top players came out there was from the inner city, went to Purdue, Porter Roberts. It was things that I wanted to know. I wanted to master that environment so I could be successful. That's what we lack in today's life. Everybody has ups and downs. Some people grow up worse than others. But the thing is, until you master your environment, you can't succeed. So I'm challenging everybody out there, learn your environment, learn the ins and outs, learn the baby steps in that environment to make your situation better. Trust the environment, learn it.